Hello there! So I've continued building up the Minecraft diorama from the stream. If you weren't aware, I did go live yesterday and built most of what you can see on a stream, as well as talking about a load of other Lego topics and even more specifically to do with YouTube. We had tons of fun, as we do every single Monday, and there are only 2 live streams left of 2024. The last 2 Mondays of November. It's 10 a.m. UK time. So I'm sure you can Google what that converts to in your local time zone. And then we'll be taking a break over Christmas and I'll be coming back in January. In fact, if you did miss yesterday's live stream, hello there and welcome back to another Monday live stream. As with every week, the first stream we did was on a really old webcam. I thought I might as well put that webcam from the very first stream to use and introduce the desk cam so you can see everything that's going on outside of the main camera. I have completely cleared my old Star Wars minifigure display. I have built this quite well. It's quite well structured at the back, and I hope to take some of this structure and elements over into Minecraft and make a nice secure platform. And I do have an alternate camera for these being flipped, so you can see this just that much clearer. Perhaps we can have a few little ones around it to have this little forest out the back of the village. We've also got the sheep pen just out front, and then the wandering villagers and a little player character zombie interaction as well. This drawer is absolutely filled with, it's filled with half my bricks, half Minecraft bricks. So I actually have different compartments just for the bricks that we've got from Minecraft sets. The good thing with the grass at the front, because the diorama is quite grassy, and we also have some... Oh, this is going to be 2 hours of me not remembering what blocks are called. We're going to then transition into this plains biome, or just this giant field that gives us a lot of chance to tell stories. It's something I do a lot in the Lego City. There we go. Now you can see. Taking a look at the advent calendar. For the trees, I did have a really cool technique, but I think I have run out. Oh, I haven't. Originally, I used these bricks here, which you can probably just about see. They are the ones with the horizontal lines on one side and the vertical on the other. Oh, I haven't revealed this yet, but I'm working on something for the Lego City. I think I'm going to reveal it in the stream. You normally get a sneak peek at something coming up. I will try to run something like this. The only problem I think I could run into is the stability of the actual brick, because it would have to be hollowed out in the middle. Otherwise, I'd have 3 brick insides, which is going to create a mess. But back to the terrain. We've got our plates. We need an extra brick. Oh, so there is going to be a tile on the bottom there, but there isn't a tile yet. The reason I've used mostly 2x2s to tile it off is because Minecraft is a very blocky game, and when you're in the game you can see the outlines of each of the blocks. Oh, I think I've messed up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 6 because I'm missing the tile underneath. Ooh, the good thing is it's just tiles and plates, so we can pop that up. But as you can see, we've got a brick here and a plate. It should have, there we go. It should have a tile like that. And this is why I think Cheesy in his videos, I keep up with the Minecraft display he creates. That's massive. Anyway, he uses TNT to make sure his bricks are at the same height. I should have had a TNT brick with me. Do I have? Yes. It's one of the only Minecraft bricks that Lego make to scale with an actual block. That TNT brick is not at the correct height that, well, the TNT brick is, but that piece of grass on the left is not at the correct height that it should be. I'm trying to recreate the look that Minecraft give their slopes, and they're not just, rows of blocks. You've got a few sticking out, a few going in a little bit, and they're almost 1 to 2 blocks on each part. So I'm going to try to replicate that. I realized we built this out using brown. How many layers of dirt do we have before we get to stone? The water is eventually going to be the same sort of paneling as this nether portal. We do have to build it up quite a bit, but we're also going to have another 16x16 studs over here, which I will try to arc up. This is just going to be a flat wall on the side here, and you can see I've already got some supports in for that. I guess we only need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and that should overhang by 4 studs. So we've actually got 12 studs to build up to this. So it's going to be nice and flat on top. We'll probably even get another story told. So if we can get up to 5 bricks tall, which I don't think I've got 5 TNT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Perfect amount of TNTs. And there's even one with a tile on top. It knew we only needed 5 of them. We're going to go with 5 for now. That is the height we are trying to build in true cheesy fashion. We are trying, if you can't beat them, steal their ideas. But I feel like the jungle tree will use a lot of this nougat clay, almost wood-like bricks. But I don't know how I texture it and make it look like, because there is the dark brown layers every so often. The good thing is with this level right here is because we are finishing it up with 2 plates and a tile. We've got brown plate, then we've got green plate, then we've got green tile. It's the equivalent of a brick tool, so that does work out in our favor in terms of we can just add a 2x4. I think I've used all 6 2x4 bricks. This is going to take up a lot of bricks, which is exactly why we've got the minifigure display ready to break down to build up the rest of it. I'm gonna have to run a time lapse on that. I think that will look really, really cool. If I can get a bit of TNT. I guess there's no TNT in the village. We probably shouldn't have any TNT there. We could have a bit of TNT near the creeper. Again, not really needed. We're at the wrong height again. So it's not going to be a perfect height. It is going to... oh, it might be a perfect height, because then we can just tile off some bricks. But I do like the double green on top. And then top it up with this tile here. We will steal that one. Again, I don't really know where this blue 1x3 has come from. As you can see, we have lowered the crops down by 1 plate compared to, or 1 tile compared to the rest of it. And what I'm going to do, just to create a little bit of texture to the water and make it look more interesting, I have got some dark blue 1x4 tiles. If I remove the tree, it should be fine, and the zombie. But what you can see is I have zigzagged it with the dark blue 1x4s and the bright blue 1x2s. I'm going to continue working on this today, and I will get a video out for tomorrow. So as you can see from the stream, I have built up a lot of this back area and added the fox house, which is plated in. I've left 2 studs at the back to allow us to build those giant spruce trees I feel like I've been going on about for so long. But they're going to form this backdrop, as well as the villager outpost on the left hand side here, and then right in the corner a massive jungle tree, which unfortunately I didn't get to build afterwards. But let's take a closer look at all the different details and how I've built the rest of this. You can see I am quite literally taking the bottom of my Star Wars minifigure display, which, by the way, this is like my 5th attempt at building the Star Wars display. So this was the sturdiest I have ever built it, and I'm really happy just taking both of these sides and trying to build it up for the 2 corners of this. I want it to be able to be dropped from about 1 meter and still be in mostly one piece. Well, we all know the first thing falling off is that tree and the zombie outside the villager hut. But I have locked the 2 together just at the top. I was thinking of rebuilding them, and again at the other corner on the right hand side, I was thinking of rebuilding them and trying to interlock them a bit more. But I think if I interlock them too much, it will just make them as fragile as each other. I'm not sure the logic really works there, but I decided not to, and I did try and size up this green plate to fit on the top. I ultimately decided, I think I'd try and size it up later on, but at the end I decided it just wasn't going to fit no matter what I do. So I'm going to put that away and save that for the Harry Potter display. Perhaps we'll make a use there. I continued the slope round, and like I said during the stream, tried to keep it looking a bit natural, looking a bit like it dips in and out, like you'd see in a naturally generated Minecraft world. But I really didn't realize how many bricks I would go through just stacking them on top of each other to try and get these bricks the height they should be. There are a few gaps here and there, and that is just because, like I say, again earlier on in the video, we've got the brown plate, the green plate, and then the green tile on top. Sometimes that does level out with the brick, so we can afford to have that odd yellow or blue or even grey brick sneaking through, but that will all be covered when I get enough plates and tiles and have the time as well to finish this up. I'm happy with how much we get done in the video, and we do cover quite a lot of space. Remember, this is 60% of the entire diorama, so I'm very happy what I did in the stream and afterwards. And right now I am trying to fill out the top so we can just get some tiles on. I don't want to spend any bricks towards the back, at least any brown or green bricks. So I'm trying to fill out the sides as much as I can. I had a ton of 1x1 and 2x3 bricks from this alternate bundle, so I decided to try and use those to fill in the side. We can get some security to this edge and also enable later on, as you've seen earlier in the video, stuff like the fox house to be plated down straight onto these stands. There was no extra bricks or plates in between them, just straight the plate that came in the set went down on the corner, leaving 2 studs at the back for the spruce trees. This was a bit fiddly. There you go, you saw the green plate again. I am trying to get that in as best as I can, but as I said, it just doesn't fit. You can see a bunch of 1x1 columns next to the 2x3 bricks, and the reason I've put that there is to try and get the 2x2 tiles straight down on these bricks. Like I say, I don't want any extra bricks used between the tiles and the supports here, so those 1x1s are just going to hold up the corner of the 2x2 tiles, or any plates if I am putting trees and stuff like that on it, and with any pressure on top, stop them falling into the model, which we had a big problem with when I was building the surrounding for the Phantom Menace Bongo. I've put to use pretty much all of my bricks. I'm sat here with a pile of 1x1s in front of me, and I don't know if I have any others laying around in a bag. I feel like I might have misplaced that somewhere, but all of the 2x2s, the 2x4s, the 1x2s, the 1x4s, even the 2x3s get used up in building the structure of this. And I'm pretty sure I won't need any more brown bricks as well when I'm putting the rest of it to work. However, that being said, on the top where you can see me placing a lot of these supports, I do have room to line that with an extra brown brick if I run out of brown and green plate, which I know won't be consistent with the rest of the model, but because it is hidden behind things like the chicken, it will work out in the end. So I've just tried to record a close-up and the audio has corrupted, but at least the mic was turned on this time. It does make me feel a little bit better. Anyway, that was the pile of 1x1 bricks. As you can see, it looks a bit different to the time lapse and the little bits you saw in the stream. And that is because I have completely filled up the back bit here where I'm pointing with almost the rest of the bricks, besides the 1x1s sitting still in front of me. And this has allowed me to put the fox straight on because there are supports absolutely everywhere. On the left, we've got the 2x3s and the 1x1s, which will allow me to put tiles directly on, like I said earlier. And then we also have some brown bricks. There's a 1x4 because it does bump into the wall there, but mostly 2x bricks, 2x4s, 2x6, 2x2s. I think there's 2x8s, there's some 2x10s, and I think we even used a 2x12. And on top of that, we're going to have 2 brown plates, a green plate, and a green tile. I'm going to start from the bottom of the hill and work the way up, just because if I do run out of any brown plates or even green plates, I can just use brown bricks at the top where you can already see some brown bricks. It does line up quite nicely. Again, the gaps will be covered by the double plate and tile as well. And hopefully we can get some plates down on this quite soon. I don't think there'll be another massive update for quite some time here on the channel, but it doesn't mean to say I will not be working on this model in the background, adding little bits that I see when I'm working on other mocks. Perhaps I'm using a plate and I come across a green plate, I'll definitely be whacking it on this model. So we've got the fox, we're going to have the pillager outpost and the giant jungle tree in the back, just to remind you in case I cut it out of earlier stream highlights. Now, towards the front, you can see I have double, triple, quadruple, synceptibly checked that the different platforms are the same height. I checked so much to make sure I was not building this at the wrong height. So each model is 5 plates taller, or 4 plates and a tile taller than the previous layer, and you can see I've continued that around the front. The water and the dirt is a plate lower, just to give it a really cool effect. And I did say in the stream that I wanted to get some of the new koi elements to add to the water to make it look like we can see the fish. Now with the forest, we have a few more trees represented by their stumps just at the back. The tops are a bit more complicated to make, but they will have tops at some point. And the back here is where I wanted the entrance to the cave. Now, I didn't exactly forget about this. I did have it in mind when I was trying to build it up. I just think first let's focus on getting all the designs on top, and then we can start hollowing it out, creating a better support structure and adding a little cave, perhaps even a never seen on the inside. So the focus is on that pillager outpost, also the jungle tree, and towards the left side of the mock as well, axolotl house, the whole beach and desert temple that we're still yet to build when I have enough pieces. But I think this looks pretty awesome. I hope you're excited to what the future of the Minecraft diorama will look like. I do aim to do little bits here and there, like the different plates and tiles on this slope. I will keep some of those dirt blocks exposed, but a lot of them will be covered with different grassy and green elements. I am so excited to see what this might look like in a couple of weeks, months time, and there might not be another massive update. I do want to get some of those translucent elements, like I said, in the live stream for the water section. There might not be another big update for a couple of weeks, potentially even months bleeding into 2025. But I'm so happy that we've got a lot more structure to this, and over the next coming weeks, we will be taking a look above it at the Harry Potter section and trying to make some sort of diorama or scene out of that. And I'm so excited to get to work on that. Perhaps that will be its own few videos. So make sure you drop a like if you did enjoy this and want to see more Minecraft content here on the channel. It is mostly Star Wars. It's been a bit all over the place recently. It's not a great time for Star Wars, but don't worry. May is going to be full of Star Wars content. You can always guarantee that year round. And if you do like the content and find yourself coming back to the channel, I would appreciate subscribing. We've hit 3.7 thousand. Can we hit 4K or even 5K by the end of the year? That is a challenge for you. If all of you subscribe right now, I'm sure we will absolutely smash 5K by the end of the year. But thank you so much for watching. Check out the other two videos on screen, including that live stream where we go over so much more than just Lego Minecraft. If you haven't watched it already, give it a look. Have it on in the background perhaps whilst you're sleeping. And may the bricks be with you always.